Today is very important. So it's the first time that I'm the first Swiss ambassador resident to Rwanda since the opening of the Swiss embassy in Kigali at the end of last year. So this is really a new chapter in the relation between Rwanda and Switzerland, and I'm very much looking forward to cooperating with the government and other Rwandan partners in strengthening further that bilateral relationship. I think the first priority is a continuation. It's the continuity. We have been present in the country for over 60 years with a cooperation program in the field of development. So we had the chance to accompany the country in its impressive development path over the last decades, and we will continue this. So we have a new cooperation strategy for the next 4 years with a focus in the field of local governance but also employment, and this is a strategy based on respect, trust and equal partnership. That's for one. The second part will be to strengthen the bilateral relationship in other domains, for example science, innovation, and then also to foster business-to-business relationships. So that will be my role. And then maybe third, Switzerland is also always ready to stand to support efforts for regional peace and stability. We have a strong expertise in mediation and peace building, and we're also ready to support if this is requested.
For us in the Gambia, we view Rwanda as a partner, a knowledge partner, and a brother. But not only a brother who's there to protect other countries, but one that we can rely on in terms of service, in terms of Pan-Africanism, in terms of accountability. What we want to work with the Republic of Rwanda is, we have been working in 3 main areas: security and defense, public service, mainstreaming, but also the judicial sector. Going forward, what we want to do is to ensure that relations between Rwanda and the Gambia are bolstered even higher, so that we can have a partnership in different areas, the different sectors of the economy that align with our national development plan. So such sectors, we are looking at digitalization. We want to learn from Rwanda's experience with the Irembo project model and adapt that to our own system to streamline public service delivery for efficient performance. In the security sector, I'm not sure if you're aware, but we had the visit of the Gambian Chief of Defense Staff recently, and they are partnering with the Ministry of Defense and the Gambia Armed Forces to ensure that our military, but also our police officers are trained. Police officers are trained in the area of transnational organized crime as well as terrorism. Between the ministry, the 2 military armed forces, what this has depicted is the trust that the Gambia has in the military of Rwanda. In the field of education, what we want to work on is to ensure that we have exchange of partnerships, exchange of students for training in the areas of TVET, but also STEM. But at the same time, we also have an exchange of students between the different law schools and the bar schools. So we are looking at those possibilities as well. And for trade and investment, what we want to do is to ensure that we utilize the Africa Continental Free Trade Area as a way to boost trade and investments towards the Gambia and also back, especially investing in increasing the trade volumes between Rwanda and the Gambia.
there are many similarities between Rwanda and the Slovak Republic, and this is what we would like to build on. Of course, there is a basis of our relationships not only on political dialogue but also on trade and investment sector, where we are planning to build more and try to attract Slovak businessmen to come and engage with the private sector, but not only private sector but government as well. We have last year in October 2025 we achieved a great milestone in our relationship when the Memorandum of Understanding between the National Cybersecurity Authority of Rwanda and the National Security Authority of Slovakia has been signed, and it created a platform to enhance the cooperation in the field of cybersecurity, which is today very, very crucial. Of course, there are other sectors that seem very perspective. From our point of view, it's a sector of agriculture, health sector, mostly the technologies, the modern technologies in health sector, namely telemedicine, and of course digitalization and ICT sector.
As High Commissioner of my country, representing my country in Rwanda, I will continue building on what has already been done by what is ultimately a Maltese foundation, focusing also primarily on the educational sector, on the medical sector, continuing to strengthen our relationship when it comes to student exchanges related to the education sector, focusing on tourism. You have a beautiful country, and I am an excellent travel agent. If I had to have announced publicly that I was traveling to Rwanda, I would probably have had to charter a plane to get everyone who's now interested in coming to your beautiful country. I'm hoping to address or assist in addressing a number of situations which will perhaps continue to strengthen our already very strong relationship. I know that Rwanda is very strong when it comes to certain sectors such as the agricultural sector, and given my role within the Ministry for Education, I am, in fact, going to meet up with one of your education ministry officials immediately after this event, focusing on student exchange and focusing on especially education which is of a practical slant. So education which is more relevant to the needs, to the industrial needs, to the economic needs of your great country.
I was really delighted to be able to present credentials today. We had a very short interaction where he said he was looking forward to deepening the very good ties that already exist between Rwanda and Ireland. Of course, we're here as Ireland, but also as an EU member state. So yes, we look forward to, I mentioned that we're establishing an honorary consul here, which will really help us to deepen the links between our two countries. So we're particularly interested in exploring business relationships and also cultural. And a key part of my role is helping Ireland to understand the regional peace processes and the peace dynamics and to understand Rwanda's perspectives on that. I'm excited because in Ireland we've just launched a sports diplomacy framework, and Rwanda is also quite interested in sports diplomacy. So people connections, business connections, and also, just understanding some of the African-led peace processes and how we can support that.
Et lors de laquelle j'ai transmis aussi les salutations de son Excellence Monsieur le Président de la République, Monsieur Kais Saïd, et durant laquelle j'ai fait état des relations bilatérales entre la Tunisie et le Rwanda, surtout dans plusieurs secteurs, et le potentiel qui existe entre nos deux pays frères et la volonté de la Tunisie de renforcer davantage cette relation, surtout qu'il y a pas mal de secteurs dans lesquels la Tunisie aimerait bien collaborer avec le Rwanda, et aussi il y a un potentiel aussi égal de Rwanda en Tunisie. Donc c'était vraiment une occasion dans laquelle aussi j'ai rappelé à son Excellence sa visite en Tunisie en 2022 lors du sommet de la francophonie qui s'est tenu à Djerba en novembre 2022, et lors de laquelle un accord cadre a été signé entre les deux pays.
Témoigner une satisfaction, une joie à présenter mes lettres au président qui m'a reçu vraiment avec honneur et m'a félicité et il m'a dit de transmettre ses relations, ses salutations fraternelles au président Assimi Goïta et à tout le peuple malien. Et c'est que j'ai eu à le faire aussi après lui avoir présenté mes lettres de créance. Je lui ai fait savoir mon engagement à renforcer davantage cette coopération bilatérale entre le Rwanda et le Mali, surtout après la signature de 22 accords de coopération entre nos deux pays qui concernent plusieurs domaines, la défense, la sécurité, la bonne gouvernance, les innovations, c'est-à-dire les formations innovantes et beaucoup de domaines. Donc je dis que je suis prêt à relever les défis, être à la disposition des autorités rwandaises pour pouvoir mener cette mission dévolue à ma modeste personne.
Bien, la relation entre la République du Congo et la République du Rwanda est déjà très dense. Nous avons un cadre juridique très important, plus de 25 accords. Nous allons essayer de les revisiter pour relancer donc la coopération. Maintenant, au plan sous-régional, le Congo en tant que pays parti à de nombreuses organisations se mettra toujours à la disposition du gouvernement rwandais pour essayer de trouver les voies de sortie sur toute question. Je voudrais aussi vous dire que le président avait adressé une lettre d'invitation pour participer, pour que le président Kagame participe en mai à un sommet sur le bassin du Congo qui se tiendra au Kenya. Ce sont donc de bonnes perspectives que nous allons essayer de suivre. Et comme vous savez que nos deux pays sont désormais liés par des fondements assez solides, nous allons aussi regarder, on m'a parlé d'une petite colonie congolaise ici, je vais aussi essayer de la rechercher et voir comment ils vivent dans ce très beau pays.